Hey everybody, it's Mike over here at Growtopia, and we are in the nursery for today. Now, I have this experiment that I've been doing that I want to share to you guys, and if you're starting to have a little weirdness with your plants, maybe this might be your solution. So I started kind of noticing that some of my plants weren't really taking off. Some of them seem like, they start to germinate and then they die right away after like literally a couple days, or they germinate and then they disappear within the same day. So I decided, not only am I keeping the lights on, keeping the door closed, watering it only once a week, and with keeping the door closed, you could actually see the moisture on this window. So it's about 6 o'clock this morning, and you could see the moisture that's on this glass. Okay? The curtains, they stay open. It gives the plants the nice natural sunlight as well as it goes up and down. Even though that this window's open and it doesn't really fill this whole area in, it does help a little bit, plus with the grow lights. Alright, so what have I done as well with an experiment? Well, other than keeping that open and the door closed, which has got like a awesome humidity in here, also watering only once a week, and I also have all the heat mats shut off. Ever since I've had the heat mat all the heat mats shut off, everything's been phenomenal. Let's take a walking around. So we got our celery. We got our yellow plum tomato. You can see this down there as well. It's running there. It's running up to the ceiling. We got our miscellaneous tray that's down here. We got an orange pepper, golden pepper, maconi, peppermint. There's a lavender. It looks like something's trying to start. There's a basil that's back there. There's a basil Genovese. So I think those three, Scotch bonnet pepper. Got our big Italian leaf basil that's going up into there. As we go down below to the section down below it, our first batch here, we got snapdragons, we got foxglove, and then we got hibiscus mixed seeds that are over there. On the other side, we have our tomatoes that we had put in these orange planters a little while ago. Are definitely doing a lot better. They're getting a lot bigger. And they're at the point now where we got to start making decisions here. These plants that are in here, so this set of tomatoes that we're looking at that's in this batch here, okay, you see the height of them here? They're probably about 6 inches, 5, 7, 6 inches. They've been in here since January 1st. Okay, so those are the first batch of New Year's Day tomatoes. The monster tomato that's been in here has been started growing since like October of last year. So you could see the difference in variations on when you start stuff and when you don't start, when you don't want to start things. So at this point right now, I'm basically waiting for the last frost date to finally like come, and then this batch of tomatoes that came from January, they got to get the hell out of here. Because otherwise, I'm going to have a shit ton of tomatoes looking like this one here. So, and this one's staying in for the summer. So I can't, really keep pushing that envelope. But that is one thing you got to think of, is that these are from New Year's Day. So these would be the first batch that go in. Oh, but don't worry. We have more tomatoes. So when these are just about, their harvest is almost over, which really isn't true, because tomatoes, depending on the way you harvest from them, they can go all summer long. At least it seems that way. But at least don't worry, we got tons more. Over here we have the cucamelons that are doing really good. The next one over, we got cucumbers, and then we got black beauty zucchini. So this tray is looking phenomenal, where all it is light, water, no heat. Next one over, we got our tiny Tims, our determinants. And then all our indeterminants, our Tommy Yellows, our pineapples, green zebras, large cherries, rainbow beefsteak, black beauties. I mean, those are all tomatoes on this tray right here. Now down below, we have our pumpkins and our coleuses. Our pumpkin Connecticut's, nothing has happened since. Purple cauliflower, white cauliflower. These are running back rows. Broccoli, romacessa, red cabbage, green cabbage, and then we got our Swiss chard back there. That's doing pretty good. We got our wonderful coffee plant with some nice new foliage on it. It's looking good. Long Island Brussels sprouts, the whole tray, just about the whole tray is sprouted, almost. Borage is still doing pretty good. We got some more basil starting to pop up here and there. And then for our peppers and stuff, we got the white bell peppers, we got green bell peppers, red bell peppers, alahim. What else we got? Maconi, jalapeno, golden pepper back there. And like I said before, we got even more tomatoes. So here's more of the tomatoes that we got growing, like the super sauce, the yellow pear of tomatoes, pink brandy wine, Amish paste, 2024 mix. These are also different peppers and stuff for them. Green peppers, borage, marigolds, basil. Then we got other stuff that's starting. We got a spaghetti squash that's starting right here. Okay, eggplants. There's a celery from a cutoff. We got potatoes that are eyeing out and stuff. We got tons and tons of potato spuds, potato eyes. So we're going to be going with potatoes for quite a while. Our dragon tongues really aren't doing much, so I just took the cover off them this morning, and they were pretty still saturated with water, so I'm going to let them dry. But our beets that we did, our sprinkling our beets onto the top of the soil and stuff, they're doing great. So now, what I could do is I could take a bag and fill it full of soil, and then I can take the beets out of here that are growing carefully, just pull them up, and then plant them in there, and I could just keep doing that over and over again. And then we got our other miscellaneous stuff over here. Our calla lilies are doing good. Our impatiens back there, nothing from comfrey, but our rose mallow's looking pretty good. And for other installments as well, our peppers that we overwintered, nothing's going on with them at all. So, like I said, we're just going to roll the dice on there. But for everybody else that we do have in here, our lemon and our lime are doing good. Our grasses, our tricolored dapple back there are doing good. It's an avocado that we're just trying to somehow bring back if possible. The banana's doing good. We got our other pink mully grasses that are doing pretty good. And then our hydrangeas are just taking over. And that was the newer hydrangea that we had just gotten in the other day. That one's starting to catch up, and the other ones I opened the door and I was like, holy shit, these things are getting big. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be leaving this room hopefully very, very, very shortly, and going outside from edibles to scenery plants. But anyway, guys, this is an update over here at Mike from Growtopia. I'm going to wake up a little bit before I start finishing up those beds, but those beds are pretty cool. I got one of the drains just came in, and I got the grow lights that came in. So in there, we're going to be using that to grow a lot of other stuff that's going to be staying in there and not going outside. So like in the winter, we could grow a lot of like the greenery stuff, green crops and stuff. A lot of things that take like a while to grow that can grow in there, like spinach, carrots, rosemary can stay in there. You know, we'll see how that works out, trying to get those to stay. But anyway, guys, this is Mike over here at Growtopia. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee before I continue on with the rest of my day. Everybody have a great Sunday. Later.